tell you what, this is the perfect time for my keys to victory. You guys ready? Round one. Here we go. Round one. First key to victory. Stop the run. You got to figure out a way to negate the running or rushing attack of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Listen, Najee Harris, 1,000-yard rusher, 1,200 yards last year. I mean, it looks weird, but he ended up being productive. He was productive. Damn it. 1,200 yards. Can't take that away from that young man. He's a dynamic running back. Not sure how the Steelers plan to use him this year, but that's how they used him last year. I feel like they have a pretty decent offensive line with continuity. I think that offensive line knows how to play together. That's what that means. And so, look, you got to figure out a way to stop the run first and foremost. Well, what did the 49ers do in the offseason? I know they got a pass rushing defensive tackle. I know they did. Now, listen, not every... I can tell you this right now. Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line is nowhere near the caliber of the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line. So you sending them doubles at certain players, it's not gonna have the same effect. Niners are going to start interior. They're going to start Javon Hargrave and Eric Armstead, and I'm putting my money on those two guys to stop the run. And then, like I said, on first and second downs, you force these guys into third and longs. Third and sevens to third and longs is perfect situation for the 49ers. I really feel at that point they can figure out ways to negate or to dial up the blitz or dial up that pass rush with those other guys. But you got to force them to get into third and longs, right? Third and sevens, I prefer third, eights, nines, tens, and longer than that. Third and seven is kind of mid and is manageable, right? You don't know if they're going to run, do a screen, do a pass. You don't know. But you stop the run. You find your guys out there. They set the edge. They don't allow the quarterback to get out there and run. Najee Harris is a guy. Their second string running back, the rookie, he's a guy. All right. And then the quarterback, Kenny Pickett, can run as well. He's a hell of an athlete. You don't want to let him run up that damn middle. If your defensive tackles do their job, the 49ers will be just fine because we got the best damn linebackers in the world, right? So you stop the run, all right? Now, listen, I know everybody in the preseason was like, oh, man, we look soft. Listen, we was trying some things. Preseason is for experiments. You don't experiment. I'd rather experiment in preseason than I do in the NFL season, all right? Stop the run. That's number one. Number two, round two. Here we go. Don't allow any explosive plays. Don't allow any explosive plays. The 49ers, even in preseason, gave up explosive plays. You had the young pups back there, though. I will say that we had the young linebackers in there and things like that. So, look, don't allow the explosive plays. Make sure you know your position. Make sure you know your assignment, right? And this is not getting beat deep. The Niners don't necessarily get beat deep. What they do is they miscommunicate. And when they miscommunicate, somebody's out of place. And when somebody's out of place, there's an explosive play. So the Niners got to figure out how to limit those explosive plays. They have explosive playmakers, all right? They have guys like George Pickens. They have guys like Deontay Johnson, who's just a pass-catching guy. He's their Brandon Ayuk, who can just catch the ball anywhere, line up at any wide receiver position. He could do it all. Did he have a down season last year? Yeah. But everybody did. I mean, Kenny Pickett was the quarterback. Don't allow any explosive plays, especially on the road, man. Listen, you ever heard of something called momentum? Man, those explosive plays give teams momentum. Remember last year, which game did I go to? It was against the Dolphins. We were at home. It was one of the home games I went to. I'm not in my seat yet. I'm not in my seat yet. And first play of the game, I'm trying to get to my seat. I hear the crowd cheering. I couldn't figure out why the crowd was cheering. And when I got to my seat, I'm like, what the hell y'all cheering for? They got the ball. Man, they gave up an explosive play. It's Trent Sherfield, right? Former 49er. Explosive play. So the Niners just got to figure out how to not give up those explosive plays. If the Niners stick to their style of football, this is going to be a hard-hitting game. Just a reminder, the keys to victory, all right? Don't allow explosive plays. They can still figure out ways to win. Number three, find a way to create turnovers. Number three, round three. Figure out a way to create turnovers. The 49ers and the Pittsburgh Steelers tied for first in interceptions last year. They tied for first. This is a battle of who has the best interceptions game. Will it be the Steelers out intercepting the 49ers, or the 49ers intercepting the Steelers and winning that battle? Now listen, as far as turnovers, you got to win the turnover battle. So not only do you create the turnovers, you want to limit the turnovers on the opposite side, right? You got to win the turnover battle. There was a game I was breaking down and I was doing my research on, and I'm like, oh, it was the 2015 game where we got blown out. We had more. They might have had more all-purpose yards, but everything else we dominated, right? But they scored off of turnovers. We had more turnovers. Got to figure out a way to create turnovers, all right, and limit those turnovers on the opposite side. So win the turnover battle is key to victory in this particular game. Number 4, we're in round 4 already. Keys to victory, flowing right along, just the way I like it, baby. That's the way, I like it. You got to capitalize off of opportunities. The 49ers will get ample amounts of opportunities, all right? Ample amounts. Number 1, turnovers. If the defense gives the 49ers offense an opportunity to score, capitalize off the opportunity, right? You got to figure out a way to get that ball and get some points. Now, listen, this is how I look at it. I want the 49ers to score touchdowns on their scripted drives, the plays that they dial up, whatever, boom, 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 right? But if you can get me 3 to 7 points off of a turnover, that's bonus, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we want. We want those extra opportunities, but we got to make sure we capitalize off of them. It's going to take execution to do so, but if you capitalize off those opportunities, if you get them, you might not get them. But Kenny Pickett, last time I checked, he throws picks. He's like their version of Sam Darnold, but better. Anyway, you got to figure out a way to capitalize off of opportunities. Matter of fact, I wouldn't mind seeing Mitch Trubisky come into this game. I don't know about you, but give me Mitch over Kenny. Now, I'm serious. Capitalize off the turnovers, all right? If the 49ers can figure out how to do that, and not just getting off the turnovers. The second part of that is they got to figure out how to make sure that they score in the red zone, right? Don't turn the ball over in the red zone, right? Make sure you get 7 opposed to 3. I mean, I know we're on the road and you're going to take whatever points are given to you, but you got to figure out a way to capitalize off of those things. And number 5, we're in round 5 already, keys to victory. I got to figure out how to limit the daggone mistakes. And I'm not just talking penalties. I'm talking all of them, like the mistakes. On all 3 facets of 49er football. Special teams. Don't give up any extra yards. They already get the ball at the damn 25 and whatever the new kicking rule is, and I don't feel like going back and breaking that down. But they're already going to have time to get the ball. From their return, don't give them any extra damn yards. Figure out that. That's on special teams. On offense, look, I know there's going to be a hold call or an illegal formation. I feel like the illegal formation you could control. You need to know how to fucking line up in the 49ers offense. But the holds, you can't really you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's really up to the discretion of the officials. If they say it's a hold, to them it's a hold. And we could argue it till we blue in the face, but you can't challenge a hold. So holding on both sides, it's ticky-tacky. I ain't really mad at those. I'm talking about on the offensive side, just the dumb stuff. Like OPI, that's dumb. Don't push off. Don't do anything. Wide receivers, you don't need to use any extra advantage other than your skill set to beat their DBs, Patrick Peterson and some young guys, right? Like you should be fine. That literally. It's the safety you got to worry about. So just don't throw the ball over the damn middle and down the field. At the end of the day, I feel like the 49ers got to figure out a way to limit those mistakes, right? I know that there are going to be some penalties, but they got to figure out a way to how to limit them. On the defensive side, personal foul calls like that. Personal foul calls. Like there should be 0 personal foul calls in football for the 49ers. They need to be that disciplined. The one thing I will give the Pittsburgh Steelers credit for is being disciplined. being disciplined. Now, again, can't control the referees, the officials, they're going to do what they want. But at the end of the day, you got to figure out how to limit those mistakes, those penalties. And then the 49ers will find a way to be victorious. All right. And look, I know we can apply these 5 keys to victory every game, but they're going to change because we're going to see different things, different takes from other teams. This is what I feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to do. They're going to, in my opinion, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to come out and try to give the San Francisco 49ers a taste of their own medicine. Watch. Watch the screens from the running backs. Watch the halfback screens. Watch the bubble screens. Watch Kenny Pickett all of a sudden look like he's this high-efficient quarterback. I promise Mike Tomlin and his Pittsburgh Steelers are mirroring what Kyle Shanahan does. Now, can the Steelers go out and execute it? That's another conversation, but that's exactly what they're going to get. Now, last time I checked, the 49ers defense against their own offense have been dominant. That's my keys to victory, ladies and gentlemen. Stop the run. Don't allow any explosive plays. Create turnovers. Capitalize off opportunities and limit the daggone mistakes, all right?